Hey everyone, Tracy Barkley here, Keto Comic, coming at you with a little story time today. With all the issues surrounding Weight Watchers, I thought I would tell you my Weight Watchers story. I do have one, as a lot of women of my age do. I'm in my 40s, so I was a child and a 20-something in the 90s, and that was kind of Weight Watchers' heyday. So I do have a Weight Watchers story. Mine took place early 2000s. I was working as an executive chef. I was a chef in the food service industry for well over 12 years. Went to school for it. Paid my way through college doing it, the whole 9 yards. But I was going through both a relationship breakup and just some really stressful times. And I've always had an issue with my weight. That's nothing new. But I packed on about 50 pounds in a year, and my employer was concerned about me. So he started a Weight Watchers at Work program. Now, this is a program where Weight Watchers once a week will send a coach to your facility. You will all meet. You will do the standard Weight Watchers meeting. You'll weigh in. You'll talk about how your weeks went. You'll get advice from the Weight Watchers coach. And then you will also, you know, they'll bring products for you to buy, the Weight Watchers snacks and meals and things like that. But anyway, so it's just like any other meeting, except they come to you. Well, he he told me he would pay my way if I would go. So I didn't want to disappoint him. A little embarrassing too. So I went. The guy was the leader, the coach was very nice. Everybody in the group was very nice. No issues there. Uh, and so they had just started the point system. I mean, just started it. Before then, it was calories. It was literally calories. They gave you a certain amount of calories to eat for the day and the foods that you could pick. And that's what you stuck with. Now, in the early days of Weight Watchers, when my mother did it, she said they didn't eat, because that was before the USDA rules that you had to put the calories on all processed foods or all foods in general. So you didn't have that luxury. So in the old days of Weight Watchers, they pretty much cut out all processed foods and you just ate a whole foods diet, which, is kind of like Whole30 today, is very healthy and one of the best ways to go. One of the primary things that keto functions off of. But I was, young enough that I got to get into the point system, but they had just started it. So I was put on, I believe, 25 points, and then you had 5 bonus points for the week. And you could, eat up to that every day, except for the bonus points. That was for the whole week. And then there was some free foods, but today, like, all fruit is free. I can eat a lot of bananas, so that would do me no good. But, yeah, there was some free foods. It's mostly like pickles and green vegetables and, the sugar-free drinks and things like that were free. But for the most part, it's about 25 points a day. And I started out doing it. I ate egg whites and fruit for breakfast, and then would have a sandwich on the 40-calorie bread for lunch. And then at night, I'd have a salad or some meat, lean protein with some steamed vegetables, maybe a half a sweet potato. Your standard low-fat, calorie counting kind of diet. And for a while, I'm addicted. I have discovered these. Orange Vanilla Coke Zero. I know they're not the greatest for you, but they taste so good. All right. So, started it, stuck to it for about 3 weeks. But during that 3 weeks, my blood sugar was going. I felt bad. I felt lightheaded all the time. Literally, I would finish a meal 2 hours later. I would literally, like, when I stood up, go, ugh. So, wasn't having that pleasant of an experience. Also, my weight wasn't really going down. I swear to y'all, I was sticking to it. I was sticking to it like none other. But even though I was sticking to it, y'all, my weight really wasn't moving. I would maybe lose a pound. And the next week, I'd be up a half a pound. So it was just, and the coach would take me aside and ask me what was going on, and I would, I wrote down everything that I ate. I showed him. He said, "Well, you're really not doing anything wrong." And I said, "No, maybe it's stress, maybe it's all this other." So our meetings took place on Monday, so Tuesday through Sunday, and then we come back Monday. But so that very next Tuesday morning, I was sitting at home. I was off on Tuesdays. And I was just thinking, I can't do this. I can't take these blood sugar rushes. I can't take the dizziness, the nausea. And plus, it's not working. If I was getting some weight loss out of it, maybe I'd be a little more apt to, I know beauty is pain sometimes. At least that's what we as women are told sometimes. It's not always true. But anyway, and I see that I'm not really looking at you guys. I need to look at the camera. Sorry. I'm still learning how to do all this, so I apologize. And I'm a big tie-dye freak. Every video you ever see with me will be tie-dye. But anyway, so I was like, I'm not even getting results, so why am I even doing this? So I thought, okay, I know I need to get the weight off, so I'm going to do something. So pulled out my old Atkins book, the old red Atkins New Diet Revolution, and I started back on Atkins. I started eating high fat, low carb, but I still went to my Weight Watchers meetings, y'all. I felt bad because of my boss had paid for me to go, and I wasn't going to let him down. He was a very nice guy, so I loved him dearly. Still good friends to this day. I'm not going to let him down. So I went to Weight Watchers while doing Atkins, and y'all, that first week on, you go into induction on Atkins, which is just like the strict ketogenic diet, 20 total grams of carbs or less per day. I started that, y'all, and the very next week I had an 8-pound loss. And the coach was so excited, he announced it to the crowd, and everybody, the group was like, yay! And they're like, Tracy, what did you do differently this week? Well, I couldn't really say. I did Atkins. Weight Watchers doesn't, or I couldn't really say that, so I was like, oh, I just tweaked a few things and got more exercise and more activity and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, over the next month or so, I lost 10% of my total body weight. I got my little Weight Watchers pin for that. And by the end of that 12-week program, I had lost 38 pounds. So I was like almost to my goal of losing 50 pounds. But I didn't do it on Weight Watchers, y'all. I did it on Atkins. And now looking back at it, because people would come up to me asking me for advice about what I was doing, and I would just stick to my points. Sometimes I go a little under my points. I do a little, because I was kind of in between a rock and a hard place. I was like, I can't tell these people I'm doing Atkins that Weight Watchers ain't doing shit for me. But I had to kind of play it off. And looking back, I know that was wrong. I should have come out and give Atkins low carb the whole the whole shebang, all the credit for what happened. But I was just kind of in that place where, okay. But I felt a lot better. I lost a lot of weight. And I stayed on Atkins for about a year. And I ended up getting about 80 pounds off. So so for me, it's always been low carb. Low carb is the best program for me. I mean, I've got this double chin going on. I had been on keto for about a year. My channel started in 2016 with my stand-up comedy, but I, switched it to weight loss in 2017. And I was on keto, and I lost a lot of weight. I lost about 50, almost 60 pounds. But then holidays came, and I literally just jumped off the wagon. I mean, there was no falling. I jumped into some coconut cake, and I kind of went on a holiday-long binge, eating just whatever I wanted, and I ended up coming out of the holidays regaining about 25 pounds of what I'd lost, so I still got the double chin. But I've been back on keto strict since going to the Adapt Keto event in near Nashville, Tennessee, where I live. I live near Nashville. And getting back on strict total carb per day keto, and in almost a month that I've been on it, I've taken off 17 pounds. So I can't, I'm almost back to where my original loss was, and then I'm going to keep going. Now, my heaviest weight ever in my life was 385, and I'm about 255 right now. But I got up, just by my normal cycle of yo-yo binging, and I got that weight off originally with low carb, and then I decided to jump on the vegetarian and vegan train, so did that. 3 years vegetarian, 2 years vegan. If you want to see my vegan story, I'll link it below. But, and kept the weight off, but I was starving all the time. And then I fell off the wagon, got back on standard American diet, regained a little bit of weight, then got back on keto this last time. So that's kind of where low carb has always been the best option for me. I believe it's the best option for humanity. But, we're kind of a hard sell sometimes. We want to eat what we want to eat. That was my problem. And with all the controversy surrounding Weight Watchers, I thought I would just tell my story, how I achieved great success going to Weight Watchers meetings, but not because of Weight Watchers. It was because of Atkins. And love Dr. Atkins. We have to give him all the glory because he brought it into the forefront. It was because of him the media got to talking about it again. But anyway, I thought I'd share that little story with you. I'll be back with some normal blog videos, some more reaction videos, some more scientific study videos. And thank you guys so much. Tracy Barkley, Keto Comic, out.